I thought this morning I'd come outside and just do a little garden update and show you how everything is going out in the patch and what's happening around the place. Winter has finally hit and we are starting to notice it around the patch. I managed to rip everything out of this garden here and replant all the annuals out. I've planted a heap of marigolds. There's some self-seeded hollyoaks come up there, calendulas, the impatiens are flowering over there, as well as the, can't even think what they're called right now, a little diantha, but overall not much in the colour around here at the moment. Going to come in and I'm going to give the chrysanthemums another hard prune, but I have still all these sweet peas, larkspurs and marigolds to plant out, plus a stack more down the side of the house. The roses have just finished a flush of flower and we'll need a prune back. I've also managed to shift both these magnolias over into the garden, which is where they will live. This ice cream bean that I transplanted did have a shoot on it, but it looks like it has, which is here. Looks like it has died off again, so I think I'll just cut my losses with that log and pull it out. But the other ice cream bean tree, growing really, really well. Still not sure what to do with this Tamarillo. For now it's staying. I want to give it a hard prune and make it very, very bushy and try and keep the close growth really close. This kale has got some cabbage aphids on it that I need to get and control. Also, I don't know if you can see all them. It also has whitefly. Along this fence next to the pavers, I've planted, I'm not sure how many sweet peas, but I've planted sweet peas on every single upright. So there will be enough to cover this whole fencing. This salvia is doing really, really well. It's just cuttings I took from another salvia. The transplanted eggplants from the aquaponics are doing okay. This one looks like it's suffering a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on, but it is winter. Not expecting to produce. These are just going to try and overwinter both of these. Third Tamarillo in, and the other two are looking absolutely great. Some nice green leaf growth on those ones. These passion fruits are suffering a little bit. I'm going to have to come through and work out what's going on with them. Probably end up just giving them a good feed, and that will fix those. Veggie patch is doing really well in the new area. As you can see, I need to come through and weed out some weeds, and that's a Cape gooseberry there. This here is a salvia, but it's an annual salvia, not a perennial. It's called Salvia Tricolor. I bought the seeds once a couple of years ago, and now they just self-seed everywhere. Starting to get a few of our beetroot bulbing up, which is going to be good. We'll be able to start having some of those in roasts. Another couple more wombok here. These wombok have grown to a much larger size than what was in the aquaponics, but they're only just starting to fill out the centres now. Brussels sprout looks like it's doing quite well. I need to come through and give it another feed and prune all the lower leaves off, but I'm not sure if you can see in there. It looks like there's all little Brussels sprouts starting to grow. Well, there are certainly a load of mulberries on this tree. We've been picking a few here and there, day in, day out. This patch is just another failure again. I'm just going to turn this into a sweet potato bed. As you can see, the sweet potatoes surviving there. In the winter, this just does not get any sun, so we're going to get 2 mango trees for it and just let it be. Dragon fruit's looking okay, but I need to come through and prune that. We used to have a big mulberry tree in the backyard, and it keeps bringing up little shoots, so I decided to plant them in this pot because I actually like the flavour of that mulberry better than the dwarf mulberry we have. So I'm going to try and grow it up in this corner and maybe even let it dangle over the fence, and people walking in the alleyway can have a mulberry or two. Once the asparagus bed finished dying off, I need to come through, weed it, but I'm also going to shift it and run it this way. The pear leaves are starting to die back now, which is good. Same with the apple leaves, but it decided to flower again. Nasturtiums are going crazy. Quince is starting to lose its leaves. This barrel here gets filled up from the aquaponics and actually works quite well. I just need to plumb it into a sprinkler and then it can water the patch with the excess aquaponics water. Ended up putting the Davidson plum in the ground and it is doing so much better on growth. I think we'll be able to keep the fruit on this next year because it will have a better water source. Peanut tree is looking good as well. Looking forward to it maybe actually fruiting this year and trying it. The veggie patch has never looked better or grown better. The first 3 rows are broccoli. We still don't have heads on them yet, which is perfectly fine, but they are growing very well, and I can imagine it's only a matter of a week or so and we'll start seeing heads develop. Cauliflowers are also growing really well here. These ones here are a bit more stunted. Same with these ones, not really sure why, but I'm sure they'll kick in and maybe they'll just be a bit later in development. Cool fact, other than the rooster booster that I'm putting on this, I am only liquid feeding the vegetable patch at the moment. Garlic is coming along really well. This is the elephant garlic. As you can see, I need to come through and weed it and probably give it another liquid feed. I am liquid feeding everything at once a week at this stage. This is my other row of broccoli, which as you can see is a bit all over the place, but seems to be growing all okay. I prune packed the passion fruit vine and it's given this so much more light and things are just growing so much better. This here's the strawberry guava I was given at Christmas time. I'll give this a prune soon to encourage it to grow up here. The pepino is springing back. I'm going to take some cuttings off of this pepino and then try and grow it. It needs more shade than what it has here, and this is why it's suffering so much. Yellow cherry guava is fruiting again. I actually find the fruit in the winter to be sweeter and larger and nicer than what they are in the summer. Who else finds this? Plenty of fruit on the navel Washington, I think this is. Didn't get around to the citrus leaf minor traps, but so be it. Plenty of flowers on the Eureka lemon. I probably really need to come through and give the whole thing a bit of a prune and a bit of a tidy up. Look at the size of that navel Washington. It's just starting to get a tinge of colour, but pretty happy with that size fruit. And we've got, I think, 5 of them. I think the tree's 2 years old, so pretty happy about that. This aquaponics bed's had a bit of a setback because the passion fruit vine was shading it, so unfortunately these broccoli have done really poorly. I'll probably end up, as you see, that's about to go to flower, so I'll be picking that tonight. Probably end up picking this one and just rip most of the stuff out in this end and start again. But that's what happens, you live and learn. I have left this broccoli in, which I took the head off just the other night because I want to show everyone the side shoots that you get. As you can see, this one here is starting to grow some side shoots from there, but they are very small side shoots, so I'm not sure if they're even going to be edible. Still have a couple of wombok. That's another broccoli planted out. Need to start using these wombok. Also, I think we have a bit of an iron deficiency. Just waiting for my bok choy seeds to come along so we can plant this back out with bok choy. As you can see, we got some more broccoli planted in as we've been picking broccoli as we've been going. Another broccoli I just picked last night, but I'm going to let that grow for some side shoots. Another couple of days and that one will be ready. Brussels sprout plant looking rather well. Looks like some little Brussels sprouts starting to produce in there. Some nice beetroot in there. I think that Kate's going to have to make some beetroot risotto again. I think these are just cabbages. This one here is starting to bunch up nicely. Another Brussels sprout. As you can see, we're starting to get Brussels sprouts, but we've got cabbage aphids on this and on this cabbage. I'm thinking about just ripping this cabbage out as I have enough cabbages. Also got some nice little leeks planted along the side here just to see how they go on the aquaponics as well. This here some just the cabbages that I planted in those pots. They're all doing well. I've also planted some leeks in these ones. As you can see, they're just starting to bunch up a little bit in the middle. Well, that's probably the biggest one there so far. They also got some weeds in the pots. This redback ginger also needs to be harvested, so stay tuned for a harvest video on that, which will hopefully happen soon. The poor sweet potatoes getting absolutely hammered by caterpillars. I probably will end up just taking a heap of slip cuttings, prune it all back, and see what happens. Don't know if you remember, we bought these Koya's fingerling, tiny little things, but yeah, have a look at a few of them. We'll have to sort and divide some of these soon into sizes, as some of them are starting to get quite large, and I'll divide them into another tank and get ready for another load of fry this year coming up. The big boys down there are doing well. They will be coming up for sale this year, and I think that silver perch will be eaten also this year. There's one fish in here, a white one, that is as cheeky as. He will come up and he will take food and splash the living daylights out of you. Little kids project, just some snow peas on, or maybe they're sugar snaps, I can't remember now, with a teepee. Just a little project for them to do and have some fun with. Chives are still going well. I need to plant some more spring onion. This jalapeno is over 3 years old now. I'm hoping to see whether we can get another summer out of it. We still have got plenty seedlings going down here. Some failures too. I think they are lobelias, beetroot, cauliflowers, I think, broccoli, larkspurs, delphiniums, more hollyoaks, bok choy. I need to cut the watering down, as you can see they're suffering a bit. Overall, very impressed at how the patch is going since the changes that we made. Have not regretted them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.